Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. And if you've seen this channel a few times before, you probably have seen some of these guys hopping and bopping around on my tabletop. These are the Hanzaki that come to us from Cobramode, and they get their name from the traditional giant salamanders that live in Japan. And as you see here, they are really starting to populate and spread, not only in colors, but in weapon styles and variations as well. And with all these little critters milling about, it dawned on me that they really need someplace to hang out, don't they? And thankfully, Cobramode must have heard my psychic transmissions or something, and they went ahead and they actually started and put together a Hanzaki tea shop. And as somebody who grew up with weekly doses of tea shops being the in place to have brawls and kung fu battles and sword fights to the death, this was something I had to have. So pardon me, folks, as I just squeeze you out of the way. And let's take a look at all of the constituent parts. Now, this was a big undertaking. There's going to be a lot of parts. Some of these, why I didn't hollow this one, I could have. I didn't, but it's a nice solid chunk here. Maybe we should keep a Hanzaki just to give you guys a good idea of scale. So this is the main roof. This is a side roof. There's a little entranceway there. This is a second story window. Here is the rear part of the roof. You can see here there's 3 tile sections, whereas there's 2 tile sections on this side. Is that a happy face? No. Now there are going to be little gaps. Do I fill those? Yeah, probably not. Could I if I was really determined to? Absolutely. Will I? Not likely. We'll see. We'll see. These 2 sections here are part of the side roofs that connect somewhere or other. I'm not 100% sure. Here's me knocking things over with my big ungainly arms. This is a nice little platform that I believe is a side entrance. Maybe it goes with this section. I don't know. I know there's photos of the finished render, but half the fun of this stuff is trying to figure out how it all goes together anyways. The chimney, obviously a quintessential piece if we're cooking inside. A signboard, which I'm going to need some ideas on what to put on there. I'm not sure which way it goes yet. We'll figure that out. Should I write it in Japanese? Should I put some kind of goofy picture? I don't know. Where are the walls? We need walls. Here is the other rooftop section. It's going to go like that. And here we go. Walls, and wall with a door. Now, here is one issue I noticed after printing this. Since all of my figures are based, well, I guess he fits in okay. That's been a big pet peeve of mine, is that sometimes models are designed, from foot to eye level for models, but then they don't take that into account when, building scenery when all of those figures are based on who knows what. If I remember correctly, I want to say this wall goes here for the cashier to hang out at. And there's little notches on these side walls here. I'm not going to try to smash it to pieces right now. And I want to say this wall, there's a little awning overhang here. I believe that goes on the outside. Don't quote me on that yet, I should say. Okay, now, you know what I'm thinking? Since these 2 are the same, do you like watching me troubleshoot this? Okay, that makes more sense. I can see the notches there. Okay. Progress is being made. And then, because we have this kind of curvature in the front door section, that is the back door section, And then, okay, the vertical lines are on the floor. So it's going to go kind of like that. Now, there is not an interior, so if that's something you need, you're going to be on your own, but I'm sure there's plenty of other STL files for interesting 3D printed parts for building interiors. So that should not be an issue. Okay, this roof is going to go sit like that. And then this little piggy. No. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, okay, these are going to need to go somewhere in there, and I don't know exactly. We'll figure that part out. And then obviously the roof is going to go on top. And whether or not I guess I probably should glue the entire roof on, as I'm thinking. Then we can just pick up the entire building to put people inside, because I think having the roof off, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I can have this section of the roof be independent of the rest of it. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? So here is what we're going to do. I'm going to start cleaning all this up. I'm going to stop rambling for a moment as you guys watch me trying to test fit and figure out where all this stuff's going to go. I'm going to go actually suck it up and do it now. So wish me luck, and hopefully we will see some decent results in the second half of this video. All right, folks, we got our tea shop put together. Well, I want to say the best they could do for the moment. Let's put it that way, because I'm absolutely certain I could do a better job. And honestly, looking at it from a distance, I think it looks pretty decent. So it's not absolutely massive. I do still need something absolutely massive. So I managed to figure out how to just put it together but leave off the roof. Everything ended up aligning pretty well, despite the fact that there was some definite warping, but I had an awful time gluing it. Absolutely awful. And you can see there's some serious gaps all over the thing. That's 100% on me. So what you want to do, and I just realized I didn't glue the sign on. Whoops. Or the chimney, which I believe is supposed to go right there. So what I figured out was you need to set these walls together first, and then you can attach this. There's a little indentation on the top of that side of the building. If I can brighten things up a little bit. There we go. And from there, you can start to measure out these walls and then put these two pieces here that kind of, again, have those little indentations. Or no, I take that back. I think I glued the top levels and then put the sides on. And unfortunately, there are some gaps there. I will go ahead and get all of that filled in eventually. This is going to be another project when I've got some actual free time to spend working on it. I'm not super fond of painting scenery, but this deserves it. So check it out. Again, as I was saying earlier, the size issue I think is only going to be really relevant if you have human size models. They'd have to duck down. I'm wondering if I mount it on some sort of a platform or something so it's raised off of the ground, off of the table. That might rectify things a little bit, but then I run into the issue of actually having to paint the floor on the interior. But at least having the roof off. I didn't take this roof off. Okay, maybe having the guy with the giant bow sticking up. Not the best choice. Come on, there's tons of Hanzaki laying around here too. Okay, not that you can see him in there. I can. Anyways, if you needed to have people on the interior, that works. And so you can kind of see, that was one of the downfalls, was I would have loved to have had a 360 turnaround of this thing just to get a good idea of how everything lines up. Due to the warping on the back, so the back entrance thing here is actually supposed to just kind of slide up. There's another little indentation on the back of this on top where it just kind of slides in, but you'll notice, again, bit of a gap there. So I figure if I can just cram some stuff in, not going to make a huge difference, but just for my own peace of mind. I don't like those gaps. I figure like some sort of putty or filler Probably should do the job. But hey, you know what? My Hanzaki have somewhere to hang out now, and I think that's totally awesome. And if you don't think that's totally awesome, then you have no taste. And you're watching this channel, so what do I know, right? No, I dig it. I dig it. I think the only real criticisms I have, I would have loved to have seen some kind of like keyed up assembly to help with things. Maybe in the future, if Cobramode want to go and do some more scenery, I mean, hey, I'm not going to object. It's not like I have an addiction or anything. No, not me at all. I don't care for the Hanzaki guys at all. But if you do, and that's totally okay, and if you want to put together a warband and have a base for them to hang out and plan their secretive operations as they raid and pillage the countryside of humans, hey, I'm not going to fault you for that. Who would, right? Totally normal stuff. But no, I think design-wise, Cobramode really did a great job. I really love the style. Fits with the rest of the models. Definitely has that fun, whimsical charm that a lot of their figures have. Something different, something unique, and something that I personally have been craving for my tabletop for quite some time. Until the tough guys come to try to start something. They're always trying to start something. But that's why you don't mess with the salamanders on their home turf, right? Right. So, if you are going to brave trying to print one of these suckers up yourself, by all means, I highly encourage you to, and while you're at it, definitely take a look at some of the other models that Cobramode's put out, because they have a ton of fun stuff, especially if you dig not only the, Eastern, Japanese theme that these guys have, but they've got quite the collection at this point of interesting and unique designs. And if you don't believe me, don't take my word for it. Go look through their catalog with the link down below. So, with that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye!